All right, hello and welcome. We are back. We are looking for a good time, not a long time, all that stuff. Point Luna, can we go for a insane game? Not really. I mean, advertising and asteroid mining, okay. Algae plus the fact that we have 3 oceans to put down at the very start. Sulfur-eating bacteria in case you get some synergy down the line. Thermophiles can add to it as well. That's $6 a turn worth of microbes. I mean, you could also do points from Venusian insects, but let's be real, we're not about that. Do you do Thorgate instead? Probably not. This kind of sucks, but let's just go for it. Bushes is cool, but we don't need it. I'm not going to get enough for a couple different things. Let's start with a card. Diversity support, meh. Then we'll go for the titanium to help us play that card. And this is the weird one where, like, I wanted to play asteroid mining, but I don't quite have the dollars if I play advertising first, which I want to do. So we take our $20 into next round. And then we're looking for 2 more oceans. So we'll take 1 from the government. And then we need a lot of Venus. These oceans aren't soon enough. I do not have a Venus card played, but I'm planning on it. And then a mine. Oh, this is such a hard one because I can get flooding, right? Like, okay. So if I play the flooding first, I'll get the money back from the adjacencies. I have enough to get asteroid mining, which is gonna not leave me the dollar residuals that I need for titanium or algae, but that's okay. Next turn is going to be sick. Right now we're going to take a second. Normally, even with this amount of heat production, I'd be pushing the heat, but we're going to push Venus to try and get to 6%. 1-point animals and all that are cool, but we're just going to take the mine. And then we just play this stuff, this crap. Right? Yes. Not bad. Not bad. Look at that. Now we have 4 titanium income. A steel for our trouble. The Venus is moving, which is going to help. Mass converter for long term. Microbe synergy. And nothing to play this turn, so I may as well play it and start getting a single microbe. And then next turn, I'm going to have 6%. And then I'm going to play both of these microbe cards. I'm going to get 4 microbes per turn worth $12. Oh my God. And then when I want to cash out, I only get $9 on a turn. $3 to cash it out. But when you're making 4 micros per turn, going down to 3 micros per turn doesn't hurt that bad. How are we at the end of Gen 4? It's time for our audit. Our audit says we have 5 TR over the baseline plus $1 of income. That's only 6. That's pretty weak. But $14 worth of metals between steel and titanium. That puts us in that $20 range. That's fine, economically speaking, for our run. The fact that we have an extra plant income doesn't really matter because what it does mean is next turn we're going to start getting the $12 worth of microbes stacking up. $9 if I want to cash it out every round. So somewhere in between 9 and 12. Economically, we're going to be fine. A lot of that's going to be money. That's going to offset the fact that right now so much of our money is tied into titanium. Long-term options, I mean, even Maxwell could add microbes, which is funny. Long-term options, though, we do have a very long-shot science build. And once we place that Venus card, Sister Plant support will give us card draw. And then we're basically out of things. So our biggest problem right now is that we need to get cards to play. Because even though we have a whole mitt full of cards, it's only going to take us a hot second to get them out of pocket. So some science tags, some dirigibles, both are nice. 1 point animals. We already passed up fish and livestock. I'm not going to worry about it. If I play dirigibles, I can use a floater to play sulfur, and then sulfur can get loaded up, and that should be fine. So floater onto itself. It's very important that we get this card this turn, though, because then we get the value from our synergy. And we'll just save up for next turn. I mean, I could have cashed out early and tried to get like thermophiles, which I didn't even have enough money. I'd have to sell like diversity support, water splitting, and Maxwell base, which would suck, or not have taken adaptation technology. But the one extra microbe from thermophiles, like, I just get that by not cashing out this turn. So I'm not hurt in the slightest. We need probably a heat bump just to get us one away from this heat income. Martian surveys for some card draw is fine. Microbes to bump the heat of the planet are fine, especially if we get money for every microbe every turn, and we're placing like 5 to 6 microbes a turn. So we can play all that. I don't believe we are placed on the board yet. So let me go for an ocean. It's a pretty cheap TR to go and grab and find. Thermophiles will let me put onto... I could even use thermophiles to terraform, but this generation, it feels pretty good to cash out and get, what is this? 6 times 3, $18. It's like a whole other round of production. And then add in a little discount here. We'll go grab our 2 card draw. Kelp farming, we actually have enough to play it. Even if we required 8 oceans, we could play adaptation technology, which is wild. So oceans are set up, Venus is set up, oxygen's going to need some help. Oxygen will actually give us GHG producing bacteria. There's, yeah, we got upsides here. We just need to play it out. If I had energy, water splitting is like playable, but I'd much rather just get plant income, especially with kelp farming on the horizon. We just need something to do with our space. I'll even take Soletta. It's like not many rounds of production left, but we'll take it because we have 19 titanium. Can you imagine that? So yeah, bunch of microbes here. Bunch of heat production there. I could do some stuff. Look, let's start pushing Venus with thermophiles. I like money microbes for setting up the economy, but when I'm at the break point for a card draw, you just kind of want to do that. Get a microbe there. Nothing else really jumps out. I mean, with adaptation technology, I could play Maxwell base, with the caveat that I still don't have a single energy production, which is kind of lame. I will play investment loan. It gets us a card draw, which is nice. Peroxide power even. But more importantly, I have enough money now to buy a heat income. A heat bump, which I need anyway. And then that comes with a heat income. So, all seemingly strong. Sojourner, you tell me, guy. No, look, like, I have all the achievements already. The game's just deciding that it wants to slowly walk me through them now. Alright, so things to do with our titanium. Holy. So again, the question is, do we care more about terraforming or money? And what I mean by that is extreme cold fungus can put onto thermophiles and do a Venus bump, or I can get that $9 back. I think for a couple generations, thermophiles is kind of fine because we're about to be in range of the TR discount. Just get another $3. That's fine. Right. So with these, Boom. Shakalaka. Bonus TR. And yeah, you know what? Let's grab a card draw as well. Immigration shuttles. It is an Earth thing. We shall see. For now, I'll place a greenery. We've got the heat. We've got the plants for the next greenery. I take 1 oxygen now, and things are more or less set up. All right, this means that I can step away from doing Venus things. And I can spend all my time, and by Venus things I mean thermophiles. I can spend all my time loading up sulfur-eating bacteria, which is very nice. Even Maxwell Base, for instance. I mean, I could get help on GHG producing, but let's Maxwell Base, I guess. Like, sure. I don't want floaters, though. I do want more microbes. I'm just a believer. Maxwell Base is also, like, a ton of points, quite frankly. So it's kind of nice to go after. 3 Venus bumps, towing a comet. I didn't even realize that we got imported nitrogen, which is, of course, incredibly good because it also comes with microbes, which we could use for a variety of things. Even putting them on GHG producing and getting a couple heat bumps out of that would be nice. $17. Just give me the science tag. I could play herbivores at this point. -8, we're at 6, and then get credit for every greenery I place from this point on in terms of a half-point animal. It's a lot of work to set that up, but I think it's worthwhile. I'm still going to take oxygen help, but hey, look at that. Protected Valley, aerial mappers. I don't know. I feel like it's a bit of a distraction. Some energy might be nice, though. So again, a couple of heat bumps. I am going to play herbivores. And I am going to play a protected valley. So I'm going to get the half-point animal for this. I'm going to get somewhere else on the board, pick up more plants. There's something to be said about playing the commercial district for some adjacencies, some points potential, what have you. The other thing is to say, screw it, just terraform Venus so you don't have to think about it. And am I worried about the heat? Basically, I have 2 bumps on 11 and 12. I could stand to spend $6 worth of microbes on GHG producing. And sulfur eating keeps going up. Sulfur eating keeps going up. And discounts on Venus goes up. So I have $30 worth of microbes. With 1 imported, this goes up to 4, which is a heat bump both of the next 2 rounds. So, like, I feel like that means we're fine. There's also a little bit of heat that we can pick up down here with, like, a city, for instance. So, grass is lovely. I do have a half-point animal, but not a 1-point animal, which is annoying. Diversity support is playable, so that's an easy TR. Play the grass. Get these plants and microbes set up. I didn't have to do it that way, it just felt convenient. And then the big thing about sulfur-eating bacteria is that, again, I could cash it out now, but there's only 1 more generation to go. So, like, I really could just make it 1 giant generation, which is what I've just elected to do. And that way we're waiting for all of the card options to be on the table as well. Making city spots. Look, do we buy a heat bump? Or do we buy Venus bumps and get the government to help? Let's do a couple of Venus bumps and have the government help with that. Next turn, we're going to have quite a bit of heat. Not quite enough, but near enough. Symbiotic Fungus, it's just too late for you. This is maybe worthwhile just because I have some steel. And if I have titanium in hand, I may as well do the No, I don't have the... I never got the science tags. 3 science tags is close, but it's not 5. 5 leftover heat. I don't know that that's needed, especially if I can push my heat up just a little bit higher. So this is ready. I need a Venus bump. So again, extreme cold fungus, instead of $6, we put that onto thermophiles. It's really $9 because thermophiles doesn't get to put a microbe down, and then you miss out on the 2 microbes from it. But still, $9 for a Venus bump of, you know, uncollected microbe dollars is fine. So no more of that coming. Yeah, 16. That's what, 30, 45, $48? Seems pretty legit. So to get enough, I'm trying to figure out, like, is it easier to get plants or get heat for a heat bump? Like, if I built a city and a greenery up here, that's 4 plants. Then I could put the last ocean here, 5 plants. But then I don't have enough placements. And then similarly, I could buy a city here and put a greenery over there. And that gives me the heat I need for a heat bump. It's kind of unoptimal, but like, whatever. Ocean for as much money back as possible. Heat bump. I'm still gonna buy a city. And then I need to buy the greenery. Well, actually, you know, I'm kind of an idiot. I could have started here because the ocean for the plant would have worked with Eos Chasma. I forgot that I had purchased Eos Chasma. So, I never needed the energy. I never could afford all this other crap. If I was playing the 63 TR version of the game formally, I could have... Oh, I didn't even consider Artificial Lake. I really should have just stopped and looked at my cards. But the $15 button to buy a TR would be nice. I can't get to use, so I'll just buy the Zeppelins. And the titanium went underutilized. Classic. And I didn't have a spot to pick up 3 plants. Had I placed the last ocean instead of here, $2 less, 2 more plants. Right? I don't know. If I cleaned up that last generation, knowing I had the plants from Eos Chasma, knowing I had put an ocean anywhere, and for $2 less too, actually, because $18 standard project is poopy. I feel like we could have optimized that a little cleaner and gotten to the 100 point mark. Right? Just the ocean gives you an extra point on the card. Just biting the greenery bullet instead of putting this here. And I don't know. There might be a chance. Either way, I hope you enjoyed. This was a weird one. I got really excited about the microbe stuff, but we didn't get topsoil contract, right? Topsoil contract would give you $1 every time you put a microbe down, and we were getting however many, 4 to 6 microbes per turn. And yeah, that was cool. It was awesome. We won decisively the terraform, but Yeah, just a little undercooked on the 96 points. Not quite the trifecta. 63 TR, full terraform, but not 100 points. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now.